Hello, everyone. My name is Elijah Eastwood, and welcome to my podcast. And this is over the production that I recently just saw, Measure for Measure. I was dealing with some family issues, so I couldn't attend in person. But I love how they had a live stream available to me. So, I was able to watch it in the convenience and comfort of my own bed. So that was pretty cool. Um, Starting it off, the setting and the world of the play. Uh, Obviously, the KU production was based in the Wild West in Kansas, so it makes it more relatable to the students of the University of Kansas. Um, and another difference, which I saw from the original one, was that they had a lot of people from many ethnicities and backgrounds. When it was originally supposed to be performed by white men, this is back in Shakespeare time. I also like how they had females playing males and vice versa. Like it didn't really matter who it was playing it. Um, Shows how far we've come in society since the 1500s. Which I mean, we still have work to do, but I really like that aspect of this play. Um, this is another way that the KU production was more relatable and compliant to the world we live in today, which I thought was cool. The original play by Shakespeare was in a time where women were more or less viewed as property rather than people, um, and they didn't have much of a say. This is true for both productions, actually, but it's geared how around women's rights and the power of, their voice. Um, this is whenever Angelo, he was in power. He also happened to be a male, which, um, well, we all know how that turned out, but he would use propaganda, um, delusion, and blackmail, especially towards women to get whatever he wanted. We obviously know how he would blackmail girls, such as Isabella, when they didn't want to have sex with him. So basically, the Duke of Vienna, the place we're in, Vicentio, who kind of sucks at his job because he's more or less lazy and lets a lot of things slide. He pretends to be put on leave and is leaving his partner in crime, Angelo, which was the officer at the time. Um, Angelo's known for being more strict and shows it while being in charge for a while. Um, then Claudio gets Juliet pregnant and is sentenced for jail and to be put to death ultimately. Um, Juliet is to be kept alive only because she has a baby still, and her crime is seen worse because she's a woman. Um, Isabella is the brother of Claudio and pleads for the release of him to Angelo, the new dictator. Um, the Angelo blackmails Isabella, saying that he would only release him if she were to be intimate with him. And this goes on to lead on to more lies and more deception. The Duke, however, uh, just wants to see if Angelo would misuse his newly granted power, which he obviously did, which kind of shocked everyone, which with how harsh he was being. This eventually led to he continued to lie, deceive, use propaganda, and misuse his power all the way until he was too late and had fallen into the Duke's trap. This ends with the woman's voice finally being heard and justice for the misleading power of the voice of a male. Um, I like how clear cut and interesting the political aspect of the plot is. I like how they displayed that. I saw satire in how the male political leader, big figure, he got his way the whole time and, looked helpless for Isabella and her plea the whole time. It seemed like she was getting deceived countless times and he was just, laughing it off or just doing what he could. But then it all turned around and, at the end, Isabella with the power now, not necessarily the power of a duke, but she had complete control over the situation, which, I really like to see. Just a little extra about this. The differences I saw were, obviously in the movie, Juliet and Isabella are combined as one person, and she's wearing a headpiece. But in both, it's also both about the power of the woman's voice and how they're trying to come up out of the mud from that.